Day 3 overview of everything I found in the Epstein files. Content warning. The harvesting of Mormon blood as some sort of weekly payment system for select breeders, creation of transhuman sex slaves by biologically turning men into women and women into men through hormonal and biological intervention, using different formulas across the gender spectrum in order to cater to different tastes and sexual appetites. The apparent war between Jews and non-Jews that apparently the Jews are currently winning, the identity of codename Mr. Evil, who is allegedly Ehud Barak, the former Prime Minister of Israel, Epstein meeting with Netanyahu, details about the debaucherous sex parties, including individuals having their backs and legs cut open and then performing sex while others eat intestines and cannibalize children. At these events, the names dropped were George Soros, H.W. Bush, and Henry Kissinger. The dressing up of young children into different Disney characters and then being sold to specific clients. William Barr, ex-attorney U.S. General, apparently frequenting these sex parties where Epstein would abduct and then sexually abuse victims. The disclosure that quantum computing technology is 3 billion times better than their Illuminati magic in a very heated email exchange between two individuals. An odd email chain where Mary Kennedy was found dead in her backyard, where Epstein replied, "Whoops." A person named Pizza Monster with frequent references to how much he loved the taste of pizza and just craved pizza. This figure is currently unidentified. Trafficking of young homeless people, turning them into extreme sexual deviants through consistent ritualistic and sexual abuse, then later pawning them off, putting them into certain positions of influence, power, or work is heavily implied. Jeffrey Epstein's connection to the Rothschilds being paid to the tune of $25 million. And last but not least, Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, apparently turning on Mossad, demanding hundreds of millions of dollars because he has so much control over the United States, naming himself Israel's unofficial ambassador to the Soviet bloc. And then, as a surprise to nobody, he was found dead. Honorable mentions are possible time travel, transhumanism experiments, and the bloodline of the literal Illuminati being listed out. But all three of those need to be deeper looked into because they have almost no evidence surrounding them that I've found yet. My next video, I'm going to be cross-referencing a lot of the stuff that I'm finding with other sources to try to pin down which of this stuff is more true, and follow to keep up as I continue to dig through these files. This is going to be a comprehensive overview of everything that's been dropped in the files thus far, so prepare yourself for some pretty graphic details. The ritualistic abuse and sacrifice of young children. We have Prince Andrew torturing and raping women to death. We have Jeffrey Epstein saying how Jews use and manipulate academic institutions and large markets to take money from the Goyim while the Goyim are left to slave away in the real world. We have Trump being allegedly in the files, forcing himself on young underage women. We have Bush with his ritualistic sacrifice, cutting people's feet and sacrificing them to some demonic god. We have Jeffrey Epstein's bank account being named Baal, the ritual god of human sacrifice. We have elites on both sides participating in cannibalism, ripping out children's organs and eating them after filling them with feces. Countless references to Pizzagate in very graphic messages talking about pizza, how it tastes, how to eat it, all these kind of things that it's obviously not about pizza. We have the creation of 4chan and Reddit to promote and push out psyops, the admittance to what happened in Libya. We have trash talk on Zelensky saying that he is a cokehead and he is completely run entirely by Israel. Elon Musk, who wanted to get on the island but couldn't get on the island, so they just didn't let him on. Epstein being blocked from Xbox. We have Bill Gates getting an STD from a Russian prostitute and then giving it to his wife, needing Epstein to help him out. We have Bush and Clinton both raping people who are boys and girls, presumably many more, but many names are redacted. We have the systematic raping of girls, forcing them into pregnancy, making them go to full term, and then sacrificing their children. We have mentions of adrenochrome. This is after only being out for a day or two. I'm going to keep digging into these files probably over the next week or so follow if you want to stay updated. I will continue to put out everything that I find, reporting on the truth, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, I will bring it to you. And then after I dig through all the files, I will do my best to come up with some sort of actionable thing that, as an American citizen, you can actually do.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and teach well, being great example to us younger brothers. Peace and blessings to all full elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. I'm the brother Qadar from the GMS branch Chicago, coming back from the video. And this video is going to be entitled, These Devils Are Being Exposed. Okay, and we all know what's going on with the whole Epstein situation and Trump. You know, and it's funny because I heard reports that those were released because Trump didn't attack Iran. Shows you how this whole thing is a stage, man. So I got some precepts lined up going in on these devils, man, because they're truly disgusting. All right, and this is what we've always been telling the people, man. But it takes this for people to open their eyes and be like, oh shit, they're actually doing this. The prophets been saying this. The prophets have been reporting the wickedness of these Edomites, man, the so-called white man. Okay, they're the most vile man on the planet. Okay, as a matter of fact, I got this Job 30 written down. I'm gonna grab it here. This is the book of Job 30. In verse 1, it says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock." Okay, let's read that in the AMP, the Amplified Version. This is what Job is saying. "But now those younger than I mock and laugh at me, whose fathers I refuse to put with the sheep dogs of my flock." All right, hey, you can't even put these devils around your animals. He'll do some vile shit to your animals. His spirit he was simply created to be the wicked. Hey, when you look at the United States laws, bestiality is only illegal in a few states. That should tell you something. These devils are vile and disgusting, man. The Greeks, they got relics of them graping animals, goats. Hey, these devils are vile, man. Verse 2, "Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste." Okay, "Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief." Okay, when a pagan Roman Empire fell, man, Esau was driven into the mountains. So this devil, the mountains of Caucasia. Okay, and when that deadly wound was healed around the Renaissance period, okay, that's when before the Renaissance, during the Renaissance period, he started coming out, and gaining power. Okay, it says they were driven forth among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth and the rocks. Okay, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. Right, so Esau is the original wild man, the original caveman. He tries to amalgamate that shit with the so-called, not the so-called, but with the Vikings, and you weren't the Vikings, man. Like, what the fuck? All right, but that lets you know how Cain is Esau coming back. All right, because Cain was a fugitive. All right, these Edomites are running from the name Esau. Everywhere they conquer, they claim to be that particular group of people. Oh, you the Greeks now, when the original Greeks were Japhites. Same thing with the Romans. Okay. It says they were children of fools, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Okay. Hey, the car had to chime on that one. All right. Hey, these devils are base, man. They the bottom of the bottom. And what's funny is they're ruling right now. Okay. The most wicked, vile, disgusting man is in power right now. It's Daniel 4:16. It's talking about Nebuchadnezzar. All right. They said, "Let his heart be changed from man's, and let a beast's heart be given unto him, and let 7 times pass over him. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men." And He giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. Hey, Esau Edom is the basis of men. Yahweh Bashem El Shai set him up in power. When you look at these everyday Edomites, and you look at these everyday Jakes, there's no way this devil's mightier than us. Okay, the scripture say one shall be stronger than the other. Hey, Israel is stronger than Edom. Okay, but we went off, and the Lord gave us up into their hands, man. And that shows you how Bashem El Shai is in power for these disgusting creatures, disgusting people to be in power, man, over us. Okay, you know, and when you can obviously see the clips before you. Okay, all the disgusting vow shit that they did. Hey, all that goes back to Babel, because Ham started all that bullshit, man. All right, all that sex magic, chaos magic. Okay, blood rituals. Ham started all of it. Esau took it and he perfected it. Okay, Daniel 5 and 21 is a good one as well, because the Most High gave his kingdom to Esau Edom, man. And this is why the earth is in such a wicked state right now. Such a wicked, depressive, vile state right now. Disgusting state right now, man. All right, because in the Sirach, the 10th chapter, the scripture talk about as the ruler, so are his people. So if the ruler is wicked, okay, then his subject's going to be wicked. He's going to promote wickedness. That's why this devil does everything contrary to Yahweh Bashem El Shai's natural ways. Okay? And the Most High created him to be that way. He was created to be the wicked. All right, this guy is Romans 9 and 20. All right. I'm grabbing the blue letter. Romans 9 and 20, because Esau is that vessel of dishonor. It's Romans 9 and verse 20. It says, nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against Yahweh? I'm going to start out. It says Romans 9 and 19, thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nobody can resist the will of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. This is the Lord's will that these devils are being exposed. All right, let me keep this Jeremiah 13 on deck. It says, nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh? Shall a thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay, and the Most High Yahweh is the potter, and we are the clay, his creation. All right, we're just pieces on the chessboard. All right, it says, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. Esau Edom is the vessel unto dishonor. All right, everything, the righteous way that Yahweh Bashem El Shai set up, he makes it his mission to do the exact opposite. And that's how you know this the fucking devil. All right, you can't put nothing past these Edomites, man. All right, that's why the scriptures say never trust your enemy. All right, hey, us men of the Lord, when we deal with these people, man, we can read people's spirits. We can read someone's countenance. And best believe when we deal with these Edomites, they know that we know through the spirit, you know? You know, hey, these people are wicked as fuck, man. That's why when they see you, they spirit get vexed. The spirits in them get angry. They try to avoid you. Shit, you try to avoid them. Shit, the feeling's mutual. All right? Because it's good to say the just is an abomination to the wicked, and the wicked is an abomination to the just. So the feeling is mutual. Okay? But let's say if you deal with them around like a work setting, there's always a tension through the spirit. Because they're wicked. Okay? The same goes for these niggas too, man. All right, let me get this Jeremiah 13 and verse 22. And if thou say in thine heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thine iniquities are thy skirts discovered. Right. The skirts cover up your private area. You know? So if your skirts are discovered, your secret parts are discovered, are made known, which is a shame. And this devil is being exposed for the wicked, lewd acts that he's done, man. You know, hey, Jake now looking at Esau sideways. It's about time, nigga. You know. You know, it says, and thy heels made bare. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? All right, and the answer is no. Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Esau Edom is accustomed to do evil. He was created to be the wicked. He is the wicked. All right. Let's grab this Habakkuk, the second chapter, because it explains it. Habakkuk 2 and verse 4, I'll get straight to the point. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right? So this devil's just not right. He was created to be wicked. His soul ain't upright. Okay? It says, yet also because he transgressed by wine, which is his wicked philosophy. All right? Contrary to the ways of Yahweh Bashim El-Shai, so it's the way of death. And who took heed to his philosophy? The Israelite woman. Look at this wicked ass society we in, man. Here's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. All right, this devil is insatiable. He'll never be satisfied. Just like the flesh. All right, this devil, he'll never be satisfied, man. He constantly wants more and more. Always in another man's land. You know? It says neither keep at home. Hey, this nigga got 800 military bases all around the world. That's how you know he's in power. Okay? And is as deaf. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all people, and heapeth unto him all, it's like a gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him? All right? Hey, these people are making fun of America, man. America's a joke now. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, which is the Hebrew word ibatya, which goes to depth. This system is created in depth. All right, it's based in depth. You know, in order to get a crib, a car, you got to already be in depth. All right, it's a depth-based system. You know? And Tawadi al-Bashim al-Shah for exposing these devils some more, man. Because these are things we already knew. You know, like I was talking to the elder brother Shapaya. You know, the scripture talks about the poor man's wisdom. You know, nobody gonna listen to us right now. You know, except the elect. You know, of course. But when Esau brings out some shit that everybody like, oh shit. You know, the scripture talks about matter of fact, give me 1 second. You know, everybody layeth it up to heart. You know, they took heed to it, man. But no one listens to the prophets. All right, these are things we've been saying, man. Now everybody want to act surprised. You know, they beloved so-called white man could never. Okay, but the Wadi Habashim al-Shah for exposing these niggas, man, because these niggas are disgusting. All right, Esau Edom is vile as fuck, man. Hey, you deal with them. You know, hey, man, this shit's so vexing, man. I was in a movie theater, man. These fucking Edomites don't even wash their hand. You know, I've been seeing that my whole life. You know, they get right out that motherfucker. Go ahead, shake your hand. You know, hey, this devil got to go, man. You know, so Lord, when this lesson is edifying, when he give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim El-Shai, Bashim Kakwadash, then we'll honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the full leg, Lord willing to be a part of that number. Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Wabadu.
Politicians on both sides were found to be raping, torturing, and executing children in sacrificial manner, dismembering kids, removing their intestines, filling them with feces, and then consuming them. I'm not kidding. This is this is beyond evil. Constant ritual sacrifice, constant breeding parties, constant torture and rape until the victim died, including Prince Andrew, Bush, Trump, Hillary. All these people are involved. This is off the cuff. I'm not going to edit this. You guys need to know, and you need to spread the word immediately and look into these files, because this was released by the Department of Justice.